Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing well. So everybody is busy in the lockdown. So maybe somebody is studying, somebody is working. Working at home and helping with the household chores with uh, mom or parents, right? So anyhow, let's start our class now. So this is business writing skills. In our earlier class, we have discussed about effective ways of communication. In that, one of the part is business writing skill. So why are we learning business writing skills, and why is it so important to learn, and why the academicians or why the universities are preferring, or why this is introduced in the academics? Because first we need to know why, then we can learn about it. So the main idea why to learn this business writing skill is, if you take any kind of business, maybe an MNC company, maybe in MNCs, or there is IT or non-IT companies, or marketing or production or service based companies. So manufacturing, maybe manufacturing, or it is called product based as well. So any manufacturing or IT, non-IT, or any kind of industries or business sectors. So they have a marketing team, and apart from marketing, they also have the service team who do. There is also customer relationship team, and there is also marketing team. So these are all teams would be dealing with the business. They all deal with how to improve the business. So for improving the business, they try to communicate with their stakeholders, with the and retailers, with the wholesalers. So you take it any business, any kind of business. So there is a vendor, there is a client. If you take an MNCs, there's a vendor and there is a client, and there is there are employees as well, internal employees as well. So to communicate with anyone within the company through internal mails, they requires a email, right? So they have an email setup. Usually they use Outlook, Microsoft Outlook, for internal emails, or they can be company mails as well, email IDs. So through it they can somebody use the Gmail or Microsoft mail, which is live.com. So there are many emails which we can use and we can communicate. So what do we communicate in the emails? So it would be in a written form. So it's not oral form, that's a written form. Email is in a written form, like you send, it's email, it's nothing but an electronic mail, right? So electronic mail, using the internet, you send the mail, and the receiver receives it, and he reads the mail and understands it, understand why is the sender has sent the mail, what is the purpose behind it, and he will find the solution to it, right? And they can be any kind of mails, many different kinds of mails. So it is like good to know mails, or good to know information mails, or somebody would be sending some answers, or somebody would be sending some questions, posing some questions, and the receiver would give the answers. So like that. So mainly, so we have come to know the purpose of it, like what. So in that, we should know what is the email etiquette. We should know the email etiquettes. So for writing emails, what are the etiquettes or the rules required? Etiquettes is nothing but the rules we have to follow for writing an email. So why so in the email, what we should write, we have to know what we should write, and what is the intention behind the writing an email, and what is the expectation, and what is our expectation writing the email. So we are writing an email, so what is the expectation of that? So what kind of information you want to pass on? So these are all the things we have to keep it in our mind before writing an email. So this all comes under defining the purpose of an email. We have to define the purpose of an email, in that what to write, and what is our intention, that is what is our concept otherwise, or what is our expectation, and what information we want to pass on, right? So these are the things. And apart from this, we have to write the email in an active voice form. We have to write the email in an active voice form, and we have to keep it in a short. Keep the email in a short way, or keep it in short. And for example, somebody has sent you a question, you have to clarify your answer, or some action is taken, so why is it taken? You should clarify it. And we should use the subject line of the email appropriately. The subject line of the email. So where, as you know, when you send the email, there would be two, and this would be CC, the copy to whom you're copying the same, sending it, or you have bulk you want to send, that you include BCC, and then you have subject. So the subject line should be very clear, appropriately. For example, it is depending upon the topic. You have to write the topic, and to whom you're addressing. You can use even semicolon or colon, and you can even write it in the bold. So this is the way you write. Okay, and you have to stick to one particular topic in your emails, and you have to write it point to point wise, point by point. Like you write discuss about a topic, and you start with point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. You go on defining your problem, or explaining your problem, or explaining any kind of problem, or any sort of information what you want to send, or you want to send a report, or you want to send a notes, or you want to send a memo, or whatever kind it is. So you have to be concise, and it should be one after the other, point wise, right? It should be clear. All right. So to whom do we send these emails? We send these emails to the business clients, customers, and internal employees working in a company. Do you have personal friends, or any other you want to send to, professional and personally? And so what do we use these emails especially for? So for sending the memos or memorandums, and reports. For sending reports we use emails, and business proposals. So for introducing your business to a new client, and you want to make a new client, so you send your business proposal. So this is email is a form. It is a formal way to send it. It's a professional or a formal way to send an email where you define everything about your company, about the work and about the product and about the services, about the maintenance, or your company overview. Everything would be there. What does your company do, and what sort of support you people would be giving, everything. So everything in detail would be mentioned in the email clearly and accurately and appropriately. So, and these are the things which includes an email. So what are the main elements? What are the main elements of business letter writing? So as I said earlier, I spoke regarding how we should write a letter. Like to is mentioned, and BCC and CC, and subject line is mentioned. So apart from this, we write letters. Usually we write letters. We have a habit of writing letters to our teachers in school, when we are in school, right? So that is a leave letter or casual letter, we write it, or a letter to a parent or your friend. You write a letter. That is informal letters, right? So what is the business letter? What does it include? What are the elements? So wherever even in the informal letter, there is a header, right? There is a footer, header. In the same way, there would be heading. Like for example, it is a memo or a report, or for example, we can take, because as we are in the lockdown, we can say COVID-19 report, right? This is a report. Let's take this an example. And you mention the date, and if required, in the date as well, you can mention the time here, right? Then you write, sir, respected sir, if you're writing it to a health minister, or sir or madam, or you're writing sending this report to the newspaper, then you write the address here. Just above this, you write the address. Then you write respected sir or madam. Then you write the subject. Already the report header is there. However, you can write the subject as well here. Small subject, which is a short, it's a one line, by reading the subject, the reader would understand the intention and your expectation of this letter, of this report, and it is the main theme of the report. All right. So here then comes a step-by-step point. So the report is as follows. The report as on date is as follows. You can write, and you can write the step 1, like what are the steps have been measured and where it has been reported, and how many are positive, how many are active cases, how many are dead, like that. So these are, you can write step by step wise, and what are the action plan taken. So this is the body of the email, and then you can give a complimentary note at the final, that a positive note we can leave, that we are heading towards good, and we are recovering, the cases are being recovering, so we can hope for the best, like that. So you can write it in the end, and you can conclude the letter. You can write finally last, that is from. or you can write yours truly, and then you can write from whom it is, from press or from a department, or from where, from a doctor. It is like that. So this is a kind of report. And I have seen many of the people writing, sending a memo or a memorandum in an inappropriate way. So depending upon the sector, the memos differ, but a standard form, or where it's an ITIL procedure, it's a standard form is, first I just give you a brief note on it. When you say memo, what is meant by memo? Why do we issue this memo? Why do we give this memo? Why the memo is been given or issued? So if at all in a project or in an office or wherever, in any kind of business, we find any ups and downs or any wrong information, or you want to pass on something, or there is a business meeting happen, and because review meetings happen every week, so upon completion of the review meeting, immediately what is the output of it, what is the result, what are the things which were discussed. So this is a healthy way of writing a memo, which is nothing but to keep a keynote on what has been discussed and what is the present now about the project, and what would be the future. What was the past, what is present, and what is the future. You are discussing about the project with a group of team members, or a group of managers, or a group of officials from different departments, and you come to a conclusion about some end issues, or any incidents, or any incident which happens in the project. So for that, first see what are the problems. We define the problems, we define the cause, and we define the solution. So for this, we try to discuss about these three things in every review meetings. And where are we up to, where are we standing, and how fast we can recover, and how fast we can provide the solutions, how fast we can improve our business. That's what is the concept. So with respect to the memo, first we have to think what we have to start doing in business. We have to make a line here. We have what we have to stop doing, and what we have to continue doing. What we have to start, what we have to stop, and what we have to continue. And this, in the memo, it is very important to write date and time, and members, and the host. Somebody is hosting the meeting, then we have to write who is host and who is the attendee, how many are the attendees, and their names and the designations, and then date and time, and the topics discussed. And then after writing the topics discussed, we have to write or start doing. What we have to start doing, what we have to stop doing, and what is good, so we have to continue doing. So each and every topic should be discussed, and the report should be made, and depending upon this, a graph should be made, a pictorial diagram should be made, and then it should be sent to the managers. This is what happens in the business or in the companies. So this memo would easily make us understand where we are standing in a project and what is the improvement, what are the problems involved, and what we have to start, what we have to stop, and what we have to continue. So continue, this gives a good green signal that we are doing good. If there are more checks, means we are doing good, and if there are more cross marks, that then we are going very down, and we are start doing means that we are down, and we have to start doing better. So this is how a memo would be. So hope this will be useful for everyone, and let's come up with a new topic in the next session. And apart from this, I would also like to discuss that in the emails we have to check, we should not write like a story in the email. We should stop writing like a story and or like a paragraphs like present in the books. No, it should not be written like that. But you have to maintain the topics. If there are, if you have 3 or 4 concerns, make it cut short and give it in a point wise, and in not more than 2 to 3 sentences per point. In a point, 2 or 3, maximum 3 are enough. Not more than 3 sentences in a point, maximum. So this is the way. And also we have to use, if required, and if you want to highlight something, you can use the bold letters. Not everywhere, but you should be precise. You should be you should be definite about why you are using it. So before sending, you have to check it properly, and also check for the spelling mistakes and the grammatical mistakes. And we have to focus on the facts. Especially we have to focus on the facts and write it point wise, and the subject related to the subject. Okay, so these are the points what I wanted to discuss with you all. And thank you for watching my video, guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.